Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel. This is Brahmjeet. Today we are going to learn about antigens and their characteristics with which they invite immune response. As we all know, immune response arises due to substances foreign to the human body. These are termed antigens. This name was initially given to the ability to trigger antibody production in the host cell. Antigens has the ability to bind the B cell receptors and antibodies, both membrane bound and soluble. This ability is known as antigenicity. Antigen and immunogen sound synonyms but have a functional distinction between them. When an antigen binds to receptors, it may not evoke an immune response. Antigen that induces an immune response is immunogen. So, all immunogens are antigens, but not all antigens are immunogens. To be a potential immunogen, a substance should possess following characteristics. The most important feature of an immunogen is that it must be foreign with respect to host. Self-antigens are not recognized and thus we are tolerant to them. The second requirement for being immunogenic is that the compound must have a certain minimal molecular weight. There is a relationship between the size of immunogen and its immunogenicity. The most active immunogens tends to have a molecular mass of 100,000 daltons or more. In short, relatively small substances have decreased immunogenicity, whereas large substances have increased immunogenicity. The third property of an immunogen is a certain degree of chemical complexity. For example, homopolymers of amino acids or sugars are seldom good immunogens, regardless of their size. The greater the degree of complexity of a protein, the more immunogenic it will be. Carbohydrates are immunogenic only if they have a complex polysaccharide structure or part of complex molecules such as glycoproteins. Nucleic acids and lipids are poor immunogens by themselves, but they become immunogenic when they are conjugated to protein carriers. The amount, number of doses, and route of administration is also a critical property of an immunogen. Insufficient dose may not stimulate an immune response either because the amount administered fails to activate enough lymphocytes or because such a dose renders the responding cells unresponsive. The number of doses administered also affects the outcome of the immune response generated. A recent example is COVID vaccine, where generally a vaccine is administered in doses followed by boosters. The route of administration also affects the outcome of the immunization because this determines which organs and cell population will be involved in the response. Some common routes are intravenous, intradermal, subcutaneous, and intramuscular. Antigens administered via the most common route, namely subcutaneously, generally elicit the strongest immune response. This is due to their uptake, processing, and presentation to effector cells by Langerhans cells present in the skin, which are among the most potent APCs. Antigens administered subcutaneously moves first to local lymph nodes. Intravenously administered antigens are carried first to the spleen where they can either induce immune unresponsiveness or tolerance or if presented by APCs generate an immune response. Orally administered antigens, that is gastrointestinal route, elicit local antibody responses within the intestinal lamina propria. This is all for today. Thank you very much and thank you Archana ma'am for giving me such an important topic to deliver. Shall see you soon. Bye.